Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Live Highlight in the Magic City on the Highlight Channel. I'm Stu Nyman, and today I am most definitely joined by Andrew Bleckman, and together we will cover every point played today. All Mutuals wagering is now open on today's 8-game performance. Each of today's 8 games offers win, play, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. We have one daily double. That begins in Game 1. Correctly pick the winners of Games 1 and 2. We have 2 pick 3s, an early pick 3 and a late pick 3. Early pick 3, Games 2, 3, and 4. Late pick 3, Games 6, 7, and 8. Then we have the high-paying High 5 jackpot, the most popular wager here at Magic City. It's a pick 5 wager. Correctly pick the winners of Games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you do so correctly, and have the only ticket that does so, you'll cash in on the High 5 for today. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, or if you're in the state of Connecticut, mywinners.com. However, placing a bet is not necessary in order for you to enjoy today's action. We have one scratch in today's performance, ladies and gentlemen. One scratch affecting today's first 3 games. Ron is scratched in all his scheduled appearances today. Now, that is Ron the player and not Ron, the expert camera operator in the front. Ron the player. Let's go over the scratch of Ron as he affects today's first 3 games. Game 1, post 1, scratch Ron, replace Ron with Manny. Game 1, post 1, scratch Ron, replace Ron with Manny. Game 2, post 2, scratch Ron, replace Ron with Ben. Game 2, post 2, scratch Ron, replace Ron with Ben. And then finally, Game 3, post 2, scratch Ron, replace Ron with Julian. Game 3, post 2, scratch Ron, replace Ron with Julian. That is the scratch of Ron as he affects today's performance in its entirety. So with all this in mind, we ask you to make your wagers as early as possible within scheduled post times. And sit back and relax. Post time for game number 1 is now just over 7 minutes away. Andrew, yesterday I looked over and I said hello, and you weren't there.
Could you imagine one day, just nothing, no text, no call, you look over and just nothing? I think you'd be concerned.
Of course I would be concerned. In fact, you would have already gotten a call by now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, hello, I haven't heard from you. What's going on? Which you've never done.
No, I wouldn't.
Which you've never, I mean, Andrew has never been a no-call, no-show. And neither have I.
No.
In any of that, that's like one thing in the working world that's just like, unless you're, unless you're intubated.
Right.
Unconscious.
Something crazy could happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Where you might not be able to call. But at a minimum, you can send a text or call saying, hey, tragedy, whatever it is, I can't come in.
But all is good. No issues, and we're back.
You're feeling better? The doctor said the rash will clear on its own?
Yes, that's what he said. He also said to not share it publicly. I'm kidding.
Right after he had to call all of your female partners for the last year. Shay, we have to
singular.
talk.
Yeah.
Shay, we have to talk.
We got a video that we play on that?
Yes, it's an after-school video about how to and how not to.
Well, this one for our highlight fans out there will explain the scoring format for all 8 games, which today, as every day, is Spectacular 7 scoring.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And we're back here, 5 minutes from the start of game 1. I see the chat moving there, Stu.
Exactly.
I have yet to,
American Animal, you got 5 kids to feed, so play like their tummies are... Look, American Animal, I believe you know how things work around here, but the players do get a base salary, but that base salary can be doubled through prize money in both Battle Court and Pelota. So believe me, you'll get no arguments for them players about playing to fill tummies. Steve M, greetings. Hope you're doing well. William, hello. Mr. Vaughn. John, good morning to you. Mo Crank, as always, a pleasure to see you. Highlight. Mr. Ostaki, always good to see you. Noel, hello to you, sir. And I was kidding. About Andrew, that is.
Serious about everything else.
Oh, about the prize money. No, there's
No.
prize money is a big issue around here. It's one of the founding ideas of the Magic City program.
Yeah, Mo Crank, I do see what you are saying. Looks like Gallo's in the front in game 3 and El Barba's in the back. The last 2, but are they going to stay that way or do they switch? I don't think they switch, do they?
No, that may be a misprint.
Yeah, I think it.
They're in the positions that they're supposed. Who's in
They're
front?
not in the position they're supposed to be in. They're flipped. Game 1, they're proper with El Barba in the front. Game 3, El Barba's in the back.
So that is a program correction.
Okay, so El Barba will go in the front.
I believe they made a switch, right?
Yeah, they did. They did make a switch with El Barba playing in the front, but I just don't think maybe something happened with Game 3. So
I bet I know what happened with Game 3.
Yeah.
Game 3 was imported from another program in the past and was missed. And, as always, I have to take responsibility for that one. So that is one program correction. Game 3, post 3, flop. El Barba and Gallo. I mean, don't try to do it because you might hurt yourself, but I'm saying that because they're big athletes. Kendall, hey, what's up? Welcome to Pelota. And folks, don't forget we have Battle Court coming up this afternoon at 5 p.m. Yesterday was a barn burner, wasn't it? Warriors came back and Julian was throwing caroms like... I mean, those caroms were spectacular, and the play was... And it was tense, and...
but it was a good tense, you know. It was good action. It didn't, boil over in any nonsense.
No.
It was actually really competitive. I mean,
Yes.
Was it 3 matches that went down to the last point, or within the last few points?
Just so impressive.
And the Warriors still going. I mean, it can't really be any closer with 2 game days left. Every team still with a chance to make the playoffs. The Fireballs have clinched, but all the other 5 teams still.
Parity in play.
Yeah.
Parity in play for a betting product is a good thing.
You'll love to see it this year, and tonight it will be big day for the Cyclones. They play the Devils. The Cyclones, one of those teams at the bottom of the standings right now, but still game day win tonight, and I can't say they're right back in it, but they still got a shot.
And let's not forget about that scratch before we begin. which is that Ron is scratched in all his scheduled appearances today. Game 1, post 1. Scratch Ron, replace Ron with Manny. Time to begin our first game. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Up first and serving, the red shirt of post 1. Juice and Manny. Manny substitutes for Ron. Receiving blue of post 2, Cool Fitness and Ben. There's a serve by Juice. We begin. Rebote by Manny. Miscommunication between Cool Fitness and Ben led to a ball dropping between them. Point 1. One first up on the board here in our first game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts of post 3. We have Bueno in the front court with Tennessee in the back. And Kendall, we're glad to have you within the world of High Life. Tennessee from the forehand. Ball tipped by Bueno at the 7 line. Point 1. 2 points for the one team to start off the day. Green shirts of post 4 are receiving Ikeda and Bradley. Bradley advances to the 7 to make the catch. Juice with a tip ball, side wall, point 4. Black shirts of post 5 are now receiving. Flores with Arta. Kendall new to highlight. I see. Rebote is when the ball passes the players and hits the back wall. It comes off the back wall. It can't be caught. It has to come into the player's basket and be thrown in one fluid motion. Like, see there? Ikeda makes a catch. Then he throws it. That's a catch. That's a scoop. Forehand by Bradley to the inside. Juggling by Flores at the side wall, point 4. And some of our folks in the chat will be glad to explain some of the details to you as we go. I try to do my best, but I still got to announce. Receiving yellow shirts of post 6. Julian with Cabrera. Here's a backhand by Cabrera. Cut off in the air by Ikeda. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall, played. One fluid motion on the forehand of Julian. There, Kendall, you can see the difference between a catch and a rebote. Here's a backhand by Bradley. Cabrera's there. Bradley down low. Forehand play back over the top. Big bounce. Cabrera from the 12. Ikeda's there. Rebote forehand. Beautiful catch by Bradley on the left side. Good control. Bradley from the forehand. Julian at the 8. Wall to wall from the left side. Ball tipped at the back wall, point 6. Entering the court, the pink shirts of post 7. CRB with Kubala. Here's a backhand by Cabrera. Julian on the catch. Ball tipped in the backcourt. 0.6. Six with 2 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirts of post 8. El Barba with Gallo. Gloria, good afternoon to you. Still doing my best not to butcher the last name. It's not going very well, I'm afraid. 8 years in. I'm working on it, though. There's the backhand by Gallo. Cabrera at the side wall. Rebote forehand. That's not coming out. 0.6. We've completed the first round of play. All matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First return, Jed, Cool Fitness and Ben. Underserve, 0.2. You did that shuffling foot thing. So I was confused. White shirts, post 3 receiving. Here's Bueno in Tennessee. Here's the forehand by Tennessee. Ben's there. Ben from the 9 line. Straight back. Rebote save by Bueno. Floater. Cool's got it. Bueno now from the 10 line. Ben's there. Rebote forehand to the inside. Ball tipped, 0.2. 4 points for the 2 team. Receiving post 1. Juice and Manny. Here's a backhand by Manny. Powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out for Cool Fitness. Manny from the 9 line. Another Rebote. Cool Fitness. Hard Rebote to the inside. Manny's there. Ben moves out. Makes the catch on the forehand. Karam. Scoop by Juice. Catch by Ben. Rebote. That's up and scores. 0.1. Well, with 4 points, here's Black Shirts post 5. Flores and Arta. Big backhand by Arta. Rebote coming out. Juice to the inside. Arta's there. Another Rebote. Rebote forehand by Juice. Lighter touch. That scores. 1.
This is
possible game point. Here's Manny from the forehand. Bragley in the corner, great catch. Manny over the top. Picala, brought down by Bragley. Manny, forehand Rebote. Robote save on the forehand of Manny. Here's Ikeda stepping in at 7. Forehand to pass. Manny at the sidewall. That hits the overhead screen, point 4. 4 points as play continues. Receiving pink at post 7, CRB and Kubala. Point 4. Possible game point, green shirts post 4. Ikeda and Bragley trying to stop them. El Barba and Gallo. Here's the backhand by Gallo. Ikeda comes cross court to make that catch at the 10 line. Scoop by Gallo. Ikeda, backhand from the 7. One in game, post 4. Ikeda and Bragley. No playoff here, 1 places, 2 shows. Unofficial order finish for our first game, 4-1-2. Your prices will be up in a moment. There are your prices. $2 quinella, 1-4. That's first and second in any order, $26.20. Trifecta 4-1-2, $197.80. That's first, second, and third place finishing. $2 wager on 4 to win, $11.20. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game 2. It's a spectacular 7. Singles match, played to 7 points with points doubling after the first round of play. It's a reminder that we do have 1 scratch in today's performance. Ron is scratched in his scheduled appearances today. That affects Game 2, Post 2. Scratch Ron, replace Ron with Ben. Game 2, Post 2. Scratch Ron, replace Ron with Ben. Post time for our second game is now. Just 5 minutes away. Good luck. Say, Andrew, about that rash.
Yeah.
Did the cream help?
You know, it's more than just physical, yes. But it's the mental pain that I think is going to keep me up at night. I had to leave you alone. I had to deal with it. You know, as you said, I had to contact anybody that I've ever been, in touch with, So, look, it was a scary day.
And it's part of growing up, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's better now than it used to be back in the 80s.
Oh, man.
We got another one of those. We got another one of those videos that breaks the tension of these conversations.
Yeah. This one here explains for any new High Life fans. We got some today. How the sport is played.
The main rule of highlight is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in High Life. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a highlight player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And we are back here now. I should say about 3 minutes from the start of game 2. I haven't pulled up the chat yet. Here we go.
Jason Marchese, yes. One of the things that has happened in conjunction with, we'll call it the popularity and interest here in the Magic City and Battle Court program, the World Highlight program here, as well as when Dana opted to go to playing a few months out of the year as opposed to the entire year, there was a resurgence of Highlight and Highlight's home, the Basque Country, the Pyrenees Mountains of Spain and France, primarily in the Basque region, and in France. And yes, on YouTube, you are able to see some fantastic partidos. 21 points, 35 points. If you look at our Battle Court, they can wind up being 35 points. And actually, a player can play 2 of them in the same game day, which that's not something that you see over there. It's a lot of points to play.
Yeah, yesterday we had, I think it was 31 points in a match.
That's something else.
Yeah. So it's, to your point, they can get up there.
They definitely can. Less than 2 minutes to go before we begin Game 2. Game 2 does begin the early pick 3. Play the pick 3, correctly pick the winners, games 2, 3, and 4. There's a scratch. Game 2, post 2, scratch Ron, replace Ron with Ben. And yes, we did have an opportunity to see Stan roll his ankle in Battleport yesterday.
He came back and almost won it.
And he got it taped up and came back in and did a fine job.
Yeah, more than fine. Almost coming back and beating Bradley. There were, I look back. 2 matches went 5-5 on the last point. The other one was 6-4 in the third set. So, it doesn't get much closer than that on a critical game day for the Warriors, and they delivered with some big points.
Absolutely. We are ready to begin our second game. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, CRB receiving. In the blue at post 2, Ben substituting for Ron. There's a backhand by Ben as we begin. CRB, Rebote, forehand. Rebote. Rebote left side to the outside by CRB. Ben stops it. Crossing the wall. CRB's there. High and inside. Ben looking for the Rebote. Rebote by Ben. 2-all by CRB opens and scores. Point 1. CRB first up on the board in our second game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt at post 3, Cabrera. There's a backhand by Cabrera. Rebote. CRB on the catch. Backhand 2-all got him. Point 3. Green shirt at post 4. Bradley receives. Jim P, have heard many good things about players who had really good experiences in Barcelona. Point 3. Excellent training grounds for Quinella High Life for years, but also just a really, really good program. Black shirt at post 5, Archer receives. Arch will keep this on the Costalo. 2-all scores. Point 5. Yellow shirt at post 6, Gallo receives. Kendall, no. The one piece of safety equipment besides the cesta that they can use to bat the ball away if it gets too close is the helmet. Robote forehand. Backhand by Gallo. Bat and experience. Point 6. Entering the court, the pink at post 7. Number 25, Kubala. There's a backhand by Kubala. Robote, forehand by Gallo, powerfully thrown. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive the purple shirt post 8, Bueno. Peter, this is a 120-foot court. 36-meter highlight. Backhand by Bueno. Kubala gets out there to make the catch. Here's the forehand on the return. Bueno's there. Point 8. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue post 2, Ben. Peter, Ben has definitely won the singles. Robote left side by Bueno. Catch by Ben. Karam caught the pat. Point 8. 8 on the board with 3 points, serving to post 1, CRB. In fact, Ben had to take one for the team in as far as this season was concerned. We had too many players for the second game, so Ben plays in early doubles and late doubles and forgoes an opportunity to play singles. And as Ben is, he was agreeable with that plan. Point 8. Straight points to a possible game point for the purple shirt at post 8. Bueno trying to stop him. Bragley. What I'm saying is in singles this year right now, he's substituting in singles. He hasn't been playing singles this year because we didn't have room for him. 2 doubles, no singles. A little out of practice in singles. Still arguably the most improved player on the roster. Take a look at him playing with Gaucheri. Here's the backhand by Bueno, especially for a 2018 Magic City player. No question. Ball tipped, point 4. Cabrera receives, wide of post 3. Point 3. 3 with 4 points. Here's post 5. The black shirt. Arta receives. Here's a backhand by Arta. Catch by Cabrera. That backhand 2-all scores. Point 3. Possible game point. White shirt at post 3. Cabrera trying to stop him. Gallo. Big right side by Gallo. At 2-alls in the pad. Point 6. Six with 3 points. Here's post 7. Kubala. There's a backhand by Kubala, wall to wall. Rebote save. In and out of the cesta. Point 7. Kubala with 3 points, serving to post 2. Here's Ben. No, Peter Tenor, no offense taken. Just setting the record straight on singles play, and would prefer to see all of our players be able to have the exact same amount of doubles and singles opportunities. But we have a few too many players for that. Costello by Ben, caught by Kubala. Rebote forehand by Ben. Backhand, powerfully thrown right to the corner. Ben gets in there, makes the catch. Costi inside, Kubala on the run. Point 2. Ben's on the board with 2 points and the serve. Receiving, CRB. Scoop by Ben, backhand. Ben powerfully from the Costado to the inside. Good effort by CRB, point 2. 2 with 4 points. Returning with possible game point, the purple post 8, Bueno. Rebote left side. Bueno on the bounce. Bueno midcourt. 2-all. Will score. Point of game. Post 8. Bueno. No playoff again. 3 places, 2 shows. 8-3-2. Your unofficial order finish. Price will be up in a moment. It's official, winning game 2, post 8. Bueno taking second, post 3. Cabrera coming in third, post 2. Ben, 8-3-2, the official order finish for game 2. $2 Quinella, 3-8, 28.60. Trifecta, 8-3-2, 310.40. $2 wager on 8 to win, $10.60. Daily double, 4-8, 38.40. Up next, game 3, spectacular 7 scoring, 1 scratch. Ron continues to be scratched in game 3. And replaced in game 3 by Julian. Game 3, post 2, scratch Ron. Replace Ron with a Julian. Game 3 also begins the high five for today. To play the high five, correctly pick the winners of games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you do so correctly. Have the only ticket that does so, you'll cash in on the high five with its $2,000 guarantee. Post time. Game 3, now just less than 7 minutes away. Good luck. So, Ernesto, the shortest answer that I have to your question is that probably because Douglas has 10 to 12 years less highlight experience than Gaucheri. Douglas was on the fields of North Carolina baseball fields while Gaucheri was on a highlight court learning how to play highlight and playing competitively as a child and then playing competitively as an adolescent and then playing competitively as a professional. So Gaucheri had started his professional career at Dania, I believe, when Douglas first started training to play here, or actually starts throwing in the batting cage. That's the first question. But Ernesto, that's complete and total nonsense. What is it with you? You don't have people in your life you can debate with? Seriously? You know you're going nowhere in this conversation. You know you're not going absolutely nowhere in this debate. It's a scab that you like to pick at, and it used to be annoying, but we know that you just love the back and forth, and you know you can't do the whole political nonsense thing here. So you go with the highlight thing, and you go with Matt and Gaucheri. Gaucheri was born in the Basque Country, and they have highlight courts every 10 feet there. Literally every 10 feet. Not literally every 10 feet, of varying sizes. So yeah, experience has a tremendous amount to do with it. The way the ball feels in your cesta, the control you have overall. And Douglas has had a different type of training. But that's the whole thing. Do you even hear me slightly, even remotely bothered? In fact, see, it's like I want to like throw something back. In fact, no. In fact, Ernesto, I find it pitiful that this many years into it, you're still talking about this. But we know Ernesto's not a bad guy. We know that he annoys the hell out of some people in the chat. We do know that. But you don't annoy me. I think the best thing was when we walked into North Miami. That was just classic. Switch, please.
It was actually there. You know, that was...
Absolutely. We walked in, and I don't know if Ernesto didn't think we would come in. More experience with this ball while he was learning to play highlight. Yeah, you're right. So then, by definition, he would be better than Zuleika and everyone else who's ever come. No. You know better than anyone in highlight that reps, catching and throwing of whether it's the rubber ball, the plastic ball, the hard ball, all of those reps. That's how you get your muscle memory of how to throw a backhand straight. Doesn't make a difference if you're throwing a rubber ball, a plastic ball, or a hard ball. That all comes first. Nice try. That's me kind of like half singing. What do you think, Andrew? Is that a reasonable response? You're kind of quiet. Jump in.
Well, I'm just reading, you know.
Are you going the statistics route?
No. I don't want to say I disagree with what you're saying, because I don't. But I also don't disagree with what Ernesto's saying either. Like, in sports, like, I find it funny all the time. You know, they always say, experience, experience, experience. When you're doing it for a living, and you're competing for the same prize and for the same titles and the same trophies, what does it matter? And I think that's Ernesto's point. It's like, yes, you're right. He shouldn't be as good because he has all this experience, and that is 100% true. But
I mean, 10 years is a lot of experience.
No, for sure.
10 years before someone's ever seen a Cesta, that's a lot.
Yeah, but I think it's maybe more comparable in Big Four sports. When guys aren't necessarily depending on their game prize money to go for it. Yeah, they don't depend on prize money to win, and pay their bills and all that. It's like for me, I watch football and they say this guy's only been playing football for 3 years. Or you watch college basketball, this guy's only been playing for 4 years. Well, that doesn't matter when you get to the NBA. And here, I guess we are the NBA. So, yes, context is the most important thing, because to say that he should be better or why hasn't he figured him out, I don't think that's right.
No, of course not. Because that ship sailed with the original, and God forbid Scott's listening, but I think Scott knows at this point. Yeah. That ship sailed with, we'll just hire professional athletes from other sports, and they'll pick up Highline and it'll be nothing. And that ship sailed quick. Have some of those professional athletes? Yes, no question. They've adjusted pretty well. Did they all? No. Were they great athletes in other sports? No. Absolutely. Did those other sports screw them up a little bit in Highline?
Yeah.
Ask Carballo.
Right. But, and to your point also, whether you're playing with a rock, you're playing with a traditional pelota, whether you're playing with the Magic City Pelota, the reps, the mechanics, you're doing all of that, and you said, 10 extra years of experience? Yeah. I mean, it's going to make a difference. But and the thing is, too, both of them are still on the lower side of 25. I mean, they're not even.
Yeah, they're a couple months apart in age.
So they're, we got a long way, hopefully a long way that we'll be talking about both of these in
Not if you keep talking to me like that, we ain't going to have a long way.
Let's play Game 3. Please.
Time to begin Game 3. It is Sonny. When when guys are walking out, don't shoot 2 walls when judges are walking out, ever. All right. Sorry about that, Monty. Sorry. Ever. That's a courtesy thing. Okay, let's begin Game 3. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Cool Fitness is serving. Blue shirts post 2. Juice and Jewel receive. Jeez. There's the serve. We begin. Down low, it scores. Point 2. White shirts of post 3 are now receiving. Gallo and El Barba. Black shirts of post 5. Bueno and Tennessee receive. It's because I am right, Ernesto. 100%. Bueno picks the serve. Coasty inside. Scoop attempt. Miss. Point 5. Yellow shirts post 6, Manny and Cabrera receive. Here's a backhand by Tennessee. Cabrera's there. Tennessee, powerful backhand to the inside. Scoop by Cabrera. Here's the backhand. Powerful throw by Cabrera. Cabrera to the inside. Bueno's there. Backhand from the 9 line. Here's Manny. Backhand from the 9. Beautiful catch by Tennessee at the back wall. Cabrera comes cross court to make that play. Rebote save by Bueno. Manny on the run. He's there. Forehand. Scoop by Tennessee. That point's still alive. Yeah, Cabrera turned to make the rebote. Rebote forehand. Manny takes it on the bounce. Karam. That scores. 0.6. Receiving, pink shirts, post 7. Cada and Bragley. Ernesto, stop typing so much. My only response is this. You're wrong. 2 words. You're wrong. You're wrong. What number scotch are you on today so far? Here's the catch by Bragley. Cabrera, backhand to the inside. Point 6. 2. All right, that's good. I hope you're enjoying your drink. Purple shirts, post 8. Here now to complete the first round. CRB and Kubala. Without the benefit of a bourbon in my hand, I cannot have this debate. Sorry, and I'm at work. There's a backhand by Kubala. Cabrera's there. Backhand from the 11 line. Point 6. 3 points for the 6 team as we complete the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the red of post 1. Cool fitness and Ben. Thank you, Ernesto. There's a backhand by Cabrera. Scoop by Ben. Oh, Cabrera reaching behind and makes a very difficult catch. Ben, great read, good rebote. Safe play by Cool Fitness. Cabrera's there. Ben's back to the inside, backhand from the 10 line. Thanks for the compliment, Steve. Scoop by Ben, backhand. Manny midcourt, Cortada. Off the frame, it goes 0.6. Possible game point 4. Yellow shirts of post 6. Manny and Cabrera trying to stop them. Gallo and Elbarba. It's a backhand by Elbarba. Floater. Cabrera. Oh, hooked it. Point 3. Play continues. Dude, you got 4 more to go. Go easy. Go easy. Keep it up, and then you can celebrate. Green shirts at post 4. Flores and Art to receive. Rotate forehand by Gallo. Arta's there. Costello 2-all. Gallo stops it on the outside. Gallo, 7 line. Backhand. Great catch by Arta off the wall. Rebote save by Gallo. Arch is there. Backhand from the 7. Elbarba, great catch on the forehand. Outside placement. Scores. Point 3. Three with 4 points. Receiving in the blue at post 2. Juice and Julin. Backhand by Julin. Gallo from the 9 line. Powerfully. Julin's there on the right side. Rebote save. That ball's in play. Julin from the 7. What a catch by Elbarba against the back wall. That's beautiful. Rebote by Gallo. Julin's there. Elbarba, good snag at the 12. Outside placement. Outside of play. Point 2. Possible game point. Blue shirts at post 2. Juice and Julin trying to stop them. Bueno and Tennessee. Julin backs up, takes it on the forehand. Bueno, midcourt. Rebote, inside. Dropping, Julin makes the save. Scoop by Julin, backhand. Powerfully thrown. Rebote, 2-all. Off the tip of the cesta it goes. Point 5. 5 with 3 points. Here's post 7. The pink shirts receive. Ikeda and Bradley. There's the backhand by Ikeda. Tennessee from the forehand. Caught in the air by Ikeda. Scoop by Ikeda. Cortada by Ikeda. Stopped on the forehand of Tennessee. It's good placement by Tennessee to the inside. Bueno. Kilo. Scoop by Ikeda. Point 7. 7 team has 2 points. Post 8 receives. Purple shirts, CRB and Kubala. Ball came back to the sidewall and crossed point 8. Eight with 2 points. Here's post 1. Cool Fitness and Ben. Powerful, powerful backhand by Ben. That clears the overhead screen. CRB on the 3 line to make the rebote. Got him. Point 8. 8 with 4 points, but returning with possible game point, the yellow shirts of post 6, Manny and Cabrera. Scoop by Kubala. Scoop by Kubala on the left side. Manny takes it in the air, backhand, blasted, caught by Kubala. Backhand from the 11 line. Cabrera's there. Cabrera from the 11 line to the inside. Here's CRB. Wall to wall, rebote. Forehand by Manny. Rebote save by CRB. Nicely played. Manny gets in there. Makes the catch. Here's the backhand. Point in game, post 6. Manny and Cabrera. 6 wins at 2 places. 3 serves to 8. This is a playoff. Let me put 1 is in there. This is a playoff for 3rd place. Rebote forehand saved by Gallo. CRB winding up. Cortada by El Barba from the backcourt scores. 3 shows. Unofficial order finish, 6-2-3. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 3 are official as posted. Coming in first, post 6. Manny and Cabrera taking second, post 2. Juice with Julian. Julian was substituting for Ron. Coming in third, post 3. Gallo and El Barba. There are your prices. $2 quinella, 2.6. That's first and second in any order. $17.40. The trifecta, 623. $311.80. First number in today's high five, number 6. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 4th game. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, with points doubling after the first round of play. There are no scratches in a Game 4. Game 4 will conclude the early pick 3. Post time for Game 4, just about 5 minutes away. Good luck. Backhand by Ben, low and hard. He blasts it. Wow, that's impressive. Douglas Robote to the inside. Hyro takes it in the air. Backhand. Douglas on the Robote to the inside. Scoop by Hyro. Backhand by Manu. Karen by Manu scores. Manu makes the catch. Manu on the catch. Forehand low and hard to the inside. Aratz digs out the Robote. Excellent catch by Elbarba. There's the backhand. Jedden's there. Robote forehand. Jedden makes the catch. Rifles it inside. Scoop by Elbarba. Outside placement scores for Inaki. There's a backhand by Aratz. Robote, forehand by Douglas. Two all, scores. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Beautiful catch. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Robote by Benny. It's high. Robin cuts it off. Backhand. Going hard to the inside. Two all. Oh my. Redeemed himself. Beautiful catch by Nicholas. Big backhand. Robote coming to the 8 line. Forehand Robote on the wall. Stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas Philo to the outside. Caught and returned. 2 alls. 2 score. My oh my.
And folks, that top 10 will take us down here under a minute till the start of game number 4. Actually, game 4 is beginning now. Let's begin.
Time to begin game 4, Spectacular 7. Singles match played at 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Up first and serving, the red shirt at post 20, Cato. Receiving in the blue at post 2, Manny. There's the serve by Ikeda. We begin. Point one. Ikeda first up on the board in our fourth game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3, Iturbide. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Catch by Iturbide. Tool by Iturbide. Scores, point 3. Green shirt, post 4 receiving. Here's Lalu. All right, backhand by Lalu. Here's a backhand by Iturbide. Ball tipped, point 4. Black shirt at post 5, number 69, Iñaki receives. Point 5. Yellow shirt at post 6. Here's Benny. Here's Benny on the backhand, wall to wall. Ball goes off the tip, midcourt, point 5. Iñaki with 2 points. Pink at post 7 receiving, Goanaga. Scoop by Goanaga. Point 5. Iñaki with 3 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive the purple shirt at post 8, Julian. Good catch by Julian overhead. Backhand. Backhand by Julian. Iñaki from the forehand. Julian's there. Scoop by Iñaki. Point 5. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First return, the blue at post 2, Manny. Robote forehand. Inaki takes it on the bounce. The 2-all. That's out. Point 2. 2 with 2 points. Here's post 1. Ikeda. Difficult catch by Manuel overhead. Ikeda takes it on the bounce, the 10 line. Robote forehand, low and inside. Ikeda's there. Robote by Manny. Ikeda at the 5. Scoop by Manny. Here's the backhand. Robote forehand. Manny advances, takes it in the air. The 2-all is out. Point 1. 1 with 3 points, serving to the 3 post. Iturbide receives. There's the backhand by Iturbide. Robote forehand. Ikeda. That's a hook. Point 3. They're on the board with 3 points. Here's post 4. Lalu. Peter Julian is most definitely having a good season. Especially if you saw him in yesterday's battle court. Here's a backhand by Lalu. Catch by Iturbide. Costi inside, scoop, clean miss. Robote turned by Lalu. Backhand from the 10 line to pass. Robote. Forehand by Iturbide. Caught on the forehand of Lalu. Outside placement by Lalu. Stopped by Iturbide. Karen by Iturbide with the soft touch. Stopped by Lalu. Lalu's drop shot attempt fell short. Point 3. Possible game point for Iturbide in the white shirt at post 3. Trying to stop him, Benny. Rotate forehand. Benny. That goes off the tip. That is point and game. White shirt up post 3. Iturbide. No playoff here. 5 places, 1 shows. 3-5-1. Unofficial order finish for game 4. Results are official for our 4th game. Coming in first, post 3. Iturbide taking second, post 5. Iñaki coming in third, post 1. Ikeda, 3-5-1. The official order finish for our 4th game. There are your prices. The pick 3, 863, 3 of 3 numbers returning $197.60. A $2 wager on 3 to win returns $21.20. Quinella, 3-5. That's first and second in any order, $54.40. Trifecta, 3-5-1, $248.20. Up next, Game 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points, with points doubling after the first round of play. There are no scratches in our 5th game, and post time is now 7 minutes away. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Nice catch by Kubala. Backhand from the 10 line. Hit it powerfully from the forehand. Robote 2-all. That is beautifully executed by Kubala to score. Iñaki backhand from the 11 line. Aratz looks for the rebote. Catch by Iñaki. He winds up. Costello 2-all, opens wide and scores. Rebote forehand. Manu's there. Two all. 0.5. Bote to the inside. Jairo cuts it off at the 8 line. Here's the backhand. A little lower and harder. Bote by Benny. Right to the left side of Jairo. Jairo 2-all. Another one scores. There's backhand by Naki. Robote, left side, 2-all. That scores. Rotate forehand by Jairo. Caught by Gauchetti. Backhand. Low runner. Rotate save. The big bounce. Stays to the inside. That's on the wall. Catch by Gauchetti. 2-all scores. 0.4. Catch by Rotz. Rotz midcourt. Nicholas is there. 2-all. In. Two all. Beautifully executed by Aratz to score. There's a backhand by Manny. Two-all scores, 0.2. Backhand by CRB. El Barba passes. Robote. Scoop by El Barba. The 2-all with a light touch. That's beautiful. That scores. Another spectacular top 10. As constructed, edited, created, chosen by one Andrew Bleckman in the offseason. You'd think, you'd say, hey, what do you think? Not a word, nothing. Not one. Sometimes I sit here and I see a fantastic point and I said, hey, that might be top 10 worthy. And he just like, he nods. He doesn't even look at me. He just like nods, looking at the screen. Doesn't look at me, doesn't acknowledge me. He didn't used to be like that. I don't know if it's highlight or the fact he's growing up. Less than a minute to go before we begin Game 5. No scratches in Game 5. No scratches in the remainder of today's performance. Lots of smiles on the court. That's always a good thing to see. Inaki's smiling, Manu is smiling, Douglas is smiling.
Less than a minute till we begin Game 5. Just a couple seconds here. Let's take a look at those late doubles standings. Tell you what, pretty tight. I mean, at this point of the year, still 10 wins for Inaki and Manu. That's good enough for first place. Gosheri and Ben in second with 8 wins. Now we have a tie for third. Jairo and Benny and Iturbide and Nicholas with 6 wins. And then 3 teams with 5 wins. Goanaga Manny, Douglas and Julian, and Alex and Herat. So again, second place for almost every team. Still very much in the cards. We'll see how this 5th game goes.
Ernesto, I'm thrilled to hear you're smiling. Of course, well, earlier we're on Scotch 2, so I'm guessing you're on Scotch 3. So if you're not smiling, there might be something wrong with the Scotch. Time to begin game number 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts, post 1, Gosheri and Ben. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Ikeda and Benny. There you go, Ernesto. God bless you. Gosheri serves. We begin. Ben on the catch. Here's the backhand. Gosheri, backhand to the inside. Drop shot. Ikeda took off. He gets there. Drop shot, a little drop here. Oh, Gosheri's there. Safe. He went outside and he threw it at him anyway. Point 1. White shirts, post 3 receive. Iturbide and Nicholas. Nicholas on the catch. Here's the backhand. Gosheri, backhand from the 9 line. Robote. Ben's there. Backhand from the 11. Robote forehand saved by Gosheri. Iturbide moves in. Point 3. Green shirts at post 4 receiving. Goanaga and Manning. Here's the backhand by Manny. Catch by Nicholas at the 11 line. Ichibide, forehand from the 8 line, 2 pass. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Nicholas again, backhand from the 10 line. Here's a backhand by Manny. High and hard to the corner, out to the rebote. Nicholas from the 10 line. It's a powerful forehand by Nicholas to the inside, crossing at the 11. Rebote by Goanaga. Goanaga the left side, backhand from the 7. Manny from the forehand, powerfully. Nicholas is there. Scoop by Manny. Point 3. Two points for the 3 team. Black shirts at post 5 are now receiving. Alex and Rotz. Nicholas on the backhand from the 10 line. Rotz is there. Rotz from the 11 to the inside. Here's the backhand by Nicholas, lower and harder. That ball is tipped at the sidewall, point 3. 3 with 3 points, here's post 6. Arutia and Lalu. Nicholas on the backhand to the inside. Lalu is there. Excellent catch by Arutia. Here's the backhand. Arutia to the inside, and Nicholas is there. Rotate left side to the inside. Nicholas from the 11 line. Catch by Arrutia. Costado 2-all by Arrutia. Read and stopped by Iturbide. Iturbide is crossing. What a save by Lalu. Here's Iturbide. He had a drop on the backswing. Well played by all 4 players. 0.6. In this matchup, we have Arrutia serving to the pink of post 7. Douglas and Julian. Point 6. Purple shirts at post 8. To complete the first round of play, Iñaki and Manu. Lalu on the backhand. Manu is there. Rebote. Forehand by Iñaki. Lalu from the 9 line. Powerfully wall to wall. Rotate forehand by Iñaki. Crossing. Lalu saves the rebote. Iñaki picks it out of the air. Costado inside. Scooped on the left side of Lalu. Here's Manu from the 12. Lalu from the 13 line on the backhand. Manu at the side wall. Difficult catch by Lalu. Lalu from the 12 line. Manu from the 11. Backhand. Rebote forehand is missed at the 7 line. Point 8. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue of post 2. Ikeda and Benning. Difficult catch by Benny at the 12 line. Manu is there. Benny again, this time at the 10. Low runner caught in the air by Kate on the left side. Wall to wall he goes. Inaki for the rebote. Benny picks that up on the bounce. Ikeda back in. Backhand from the 8 line. Rotate forehand by Keita. Benny got it in there, made the catch, did not have control. That ball hit the pad. Point 8. Eight with 3 points. Here's post 1. Go Sherry and Ben. Fault underserve, point 1. 1 with 3 points, serving the green of post 4. Gonaga and Manny. Gonaga on the rebote. Ben up high. Good catch. Backhand. Rebote left side for Gonaga. Gosheri, tremendous catch behind the 8 line. On the left side, here's Manny. Manny in the corner, backhand from the 13. Ben's there. Rebote forehand over the top. Rebote left side. It's a 2-all. It lands in and scores. Point 1. Possible game point. Red shirts at post 1. Gosheri and Ben trying to stop them. Alex and Aratz. Alex picks the serve, Coasty inside, and it scores. Point 5. 5 on the board, 2 points as play continues. Receiving post 3, Iturbide and Nicholas. Low runner. Scooped up by Aratz. Here's the backhand. Catch on the forehand of Alex. Alex. Cortada stopped in the front court by Iturbide. Nicholas is there. Backhand from the 10. Rebote forehand. What a catch by Aratz. He pulls that right off the sidewall. Catch made in the air by Nicholas. Powerful forehand. Passes. Rebote saved by Alex to the inside. Costado by Iturbide. Thrown perfectly to score. Point 3. Possible game point. White shirts post 3. Iturbide and Nicholas trying to stop them. Douglas and Julian. Rebote by Iturbide to the inside at the side wall. Julian makes the catch. Nicholas up high. Forehand from the 10. Wall to wall. Nicholas is there. Powerful forehand rebote by Douglas. Wall to wall. Rebote forehand by Iturbide. What a catch by Julian. There's a backhand by Nicholas. Douglas calls for the rebote, moves to the outside to make the play. Here's Nicholas, backhand from the 10 line, powerfully thrown. Nicholas on the catch, backhand. Julian, great catch behind the 12 line. Big backhand follows. Nicholas to the inside. Wall to wall. That's a hard backhand. Douglas out to the 4 line. Puts the rebote inside, and Nicholas is there. Tough one by Nicholas on the left side. Good control. Right up the middle. Julian's there. Forehand on the return. Rebote forehand by Iturbide, stopped by Julian. Nicholas advances, takes it in the air at the 11. Hard throw, caught again by Julian. Here's the backhand. Julian takes this in the air. Rebote left side, midcourt. Good duck by Douglas. The Cortada scores. 0.7. Play continues. 7 with 2 points, serving to post 6. Arutia and Lalu. Powerful backhand by Lalu, crossing. Douglas makes a save. Arutia, backhand from the 7. Julian's there. Outside placement. Rebote save, hooked. 0.7. 7 with 4 points. Here's post 2. Ikeda and Benny. There's a backhand by Benny, powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Point 7. Possible game point. Pink shirts, post 7. Douglas and Julian trying to stop them. Iñaki and Manu. Rebote forehand. Douglas will take this on the bounce. Powerful backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Iñaki is there. Rebote forehand. Caught by Manu. Ball tipped the side wall, 0.8. Each team has 5 points and a possible game point, trying to stop them. Koenhaga and Manny. Manu from the 11, backhand to the inside. Rebote, forehand. That passes. Here's Manu on the backhand. Manny rather, takes it in the air. Manu from the corner. Catch by Manu. Difficult catch by Iñaki at the 8 line. Manny's there, backhand, powerfully. Iñaki on the catch. Robote forehand. Here's a catch by Manny over the top. Picada. Brought down by Manu with the 13. Robote on the high bounce. Saved by Goanaga to the outside. Iñaki saves the Robote. Manny turns, makes the Robote play. Fell just short. Point in game, post 8. Iñaki and Manu. 8 wins it, 7 places, 1 serves to 3. This is a playoff 4 show. Backhand by Nicholas, the low runner to the inside. What a scoop by Ben. Kosheri, 2-all. That scores. 1 shows. Unofficial order finish, 8-7-1. Your price will be up in a moment. Results from Game 5 are official. Coming in first, post 8, Inaki and Manu. Taking second, post 7, Douglas and Julian. Coming in third, post 1, Kosheri and Ben. 8-7-1, the official order finish from our 5th game. There are your prices. $2 quinella, 7-8. That's first and second in any order. $48.80. The trifecta, 8-7-1, $1,023.80. $2 wager on 8 to win, $17.20. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 6th game. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points with points doubling after the first round of play. Game 6 begins the late pick 3. To play the pick 3, correctly pick the winners of Game 6, 7, and 8. No scratches. Post time for Game 6, now just 5 minutes away. Good luck. Always nice to see a trifecta above $1,000, huh?
Love the payouts, too.
Beautiful payout. 8-7. 8-7 will have that effect on a pool. It's...
Inaki from the left side. What a catch there by Jairo up the wall. Backhand played at the 9. Here's Inaki. Tostado inside. Jairo coming back for it. Jairo digs it out. That's a nice save.
Nice pickup by CRB. Backhand to the outside. Bueno for the Robote. 2-all Robote. CRB gets there, grabs it. Forehand, passing. That 3-wall play. What a beautiful save by Bueno. Bilo read by Douglas, stopped by Douglas. Fakes the 2-wall, caught by Gaucheri. Gaucheri to the inside. Douglas makes another great catch. Fakes the 2-all. Puts this one light. Gaucheri on the run. What a phenomenal diving save. That's a beautiful one-handed save by Flores. Costado to the inside. Forehand rebote. Julin cuts it off the 8 line. Scoop by Ikeda. Outside placement, read and stopped by Julin. Ikeda sets up for the rebote. That lands perfectly to score.
Backhand by Tennessee. Kubawa, fall down rebote, 2-wall. Tennessee just does get out there. Forehand over the top. Kubawa now scrambling. He digs it out.
Rotate forehand by Carballo. Beautifully thrown. 2-all. Caught in the air by Carballo. Powerful forehand. Robbins looking for Rebote. He dug that out. Rebote left side to the middle. Scooped up by Carballo. Low and hard to the inside. Scooped by Bueno. That's beautiful at the 9 line. Backhand to the outside. Carballo loses his footing. Gets up. Makes the Rebote save. Manu's there. Backhand from the 8 line. What a save by Manny.
And folks, that top 10 will take us right up to the start of game number 6. Good luck.
This game is played to 7 points, with points doubling after the first round of play. Up first and serving, the red shirt of post 1, Manu. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Nicholas.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
There's the serve. We begin. Beautiful catch by Nicholas at the sidewall. Point 1. Manu and El serve to the white shirt at post 3, worn by Arrutia. Big backhand by Urrutia. Clears the overhead screen. 2-all. Judges will confirm. Give us an answer. Out. Point 3. Receiving greenish. Green post 4, Douglas. Point 4. Black shirt to post 5. Gaucheri receives.
Leo, I see your question. We can answer that, I guess, between games, but the tiebreaker this season is total matches won. So we can give you an update between the Warriors and Chargers, but it's not for sure because that'll depend on how the final game days go.
Excellent answer, Andrew. Excellent answer. Gaucheri to the inside. Douglas makes a stop at the 9 line. Here's the backhand. Robote 2-all with a light touch. Light enough to score. Point 5. Yellow shirt at post 6. Alex receives.
I guess we don't have to make you wait any longer. Chargers and Warriors right now through 13 game days. Both teams have played 13 game days. I have the Chargers winning 37 and the Warriors winning 36. Mo Crank, I'm glad somebody else is checking because I was a little worried, but that is 100% correct then.
Point 5. Pink post 7. Iturbide receives. Gaucheri from the 10 line. Here's the backhand. I caught the pad. Point 5. Five with 3 points. Here's post 8 to complete the first round of play. Rats.
And Mo, while we have you here, if you mind, could you just see what you have for every team so we can double check? I want to make sure we have a mistake this late in the year, but while you have it, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Robote by Gaucheri stays to the inside. Little clip puts that in the cesta of Arats. Gaucheri from the 10 line. Backhand. Arats, beautiful catch off the side wall. Robote, 2-all. Caught on the forehand of Gaucheri. Gaucheri powerfully. Arats looking for the Robote. That's a great save. Gaucheri winds up. Costello out. Point 8. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue post 2, Nicholas. Backhand by Rotz. Inside placement comes out. 2-all by Nicholas. That is beautifully executed to score. Very nice. Point 2. Red at post 1 receives. Manu. Manu from the 13 line on the backhand, caught by Nicholas. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Robote, forehand. Scoop attempt missed, point 1. Manu with 3 points, serving to the 3 post. Arrutia returns.
Receives, returns, something like that. One of the two. They both begin with re. Receives, returns.
There's the backhand by Arrutia. Manu is there. Arrutia, forehand rebote. Manu makes the catch. Excellent catch by Arrutia. Here's the backhand. Rebote by Manu. Rebote forehand to the outside, up the middle. Rebote to the inside, caught in the air by Arrutia. Filo Rebote by Manu scores. Point 1. One with 5 points. Here's post 4. Douglas, possible game point for Manu. There's a backhand by Douglas. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Rebote coming low and scoring. Point 4. Play continues. 4 with 3 points. Here's post 6. Alex receives.
Leo, that's where they have players from the taxi squad come in. So like Joseph or Williams, that is who would replace a 6 if they got hurt. Or a forfeit if they're not there.
Powerful backhand by Douglas. Good catch by Alex. Alex over the top. Douglas looks for the rebote. Alex attacks with the forehand. Low and hard. Douglas on the rebote, going for a long 2-all. Inches. That just caught the top of the pad. 1-6. Receiving pink of post 7. Iturbide. Scoop, tipped. Point 6. Six with 4 points. Here's post 5. Go Sherry. There's the Alex on the backhand. Rebote forehand by Gaucheri. Point 5. Possible game point. Black shirt to post 5. Trying to stop him. Purple post 8. Gaucheri. Ball tipped off the serve. Point of game, black shirt at post 5. Go Sherry. No playoff here. 1 places, 6 shows. Unofficial order finish 5-1-6. Results are official. Coming first, post 5, go Sherry. Taking second, post 1, Manu. Coming in third, post 6, Alex. 5-1-6, the official order of finish for Game 6. Joe Quinella, 1-5, $30. Trifecta, 5-1-6, $2.52 even. Terrell wager on 5 to win, $7. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 7, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in game 7. Game 7 will conclude the high 5 for today. Post time for game 7 is 7 minutes away. Good luck.
We will see in a moment, folks, about the high 5. We are hearing some good things for the bettors, and there it is. 1, 2, 7, and 8 will pay $2,000 if one of those 4 teams wins this game. Post time for game number 7, 6 minutes. Good luck.
Drop shot. Hyro, what happened?
Robote forehand. Beautiful catch by Bueno. Robote forehand to the inside. Scoop by Bueno. Drop shot. Beautifully executed by Bueno. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Catch by Iñaki. Drop shot. Will score.
Bradley on the bounce, outside placement attempt. Stopped by Anderluck. Anderluck, his carom lands in. Bradley's going to get out to it. He returns a drop shot. My, oh my.
Scoop by El Barba. Backhand to the inside. That's well thrown. Excellent catch by Flores. Here's El Barba. Drop shot. Scores on the second bounce. There's a backhand by Bueno. Scoop by Bueno. Cortada, stopped by Carballo. Drop shot by Carballo, beautifully executed and scoring. Rotate to the inside. This one caught in the air by Jairo. Jairo on the backhand. Rotate forehand. Jairo on the catch. Drop shot by Jairo. Scores on the second bounce. Rotz, forehand rotated pass, dropping. Rotate left side by Rotz. Gaucheri attacks, has it. Wow, that was beautiful. Outside placement read by Aratz. Aratz read by Manu. Backhand by Manu, lower and harder. Rotate. Place to the inside. Manu's there, winding up. Drop shot. That was perfect. By Aratz. There's the backhand. Gaucheri's there. Aratz commits to the backcourt. Here's the backhand from the 12 line. Gaucheri from the 10. Long drop shot. Aratz will not get there.
And folks, that top 10 will take us here under a minute till the start of game number 7.
My, oh my, look at that high five.
Might
1, 2, 7, or 8.
And some pretty good teams, too. Inaki and Manu, Douglas Julin, Iturbide Nicholas, and Alex and Aratz. The way those teams have played the last couple weeks, they've been 4 of the best. We will see here coming up in just a few, right about now. Let's begin.
Time. Let's begin. Wow, Douglas held the ball and won't let these guys practice, and they're all pissed. Is this an American thing? All right. Time to begin game 7. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving red shirts of post 1. Inaki and Manu receiving in the blue of post 2. Douglas and Julin. There's a serve. We begin. Point 1. Receiving, the white shirts of post 3, Goanaga and Manning. Beautiful catch by Manu. Manny on the catch, backhand from the 11 line. Inaki on the catch. Here's the backhand. Inaki attacks from the 3 line. Lands in and scores. 1-1. One with 2 points. Green shirts oppose 4. Arutia and Lalu receive. Robote, here's the catch by Arutia.
Apparently, there's been a lot of, according to the report, there's a lot of practicing.
Inaki on the left side, backhand to the inside. Lalu, backhand from the 11. Robote forehand by Arutia. Robote forehand, that took off. Hit the overhead screen. One on the board with 3 points. Here's post 5. The black shirts receive. Bueno and Benny. Here's the backhand by Benny. Catch by Iñaki. Bueno, forehand Robote. Manu takes it on the right side. Beautiful catch by Bueno off the wall. Scoop by Benny. Here's the backhand. Benny from the 11 line to the inside. Bueno gets in there, makes a fine catch on the backhand. Here's Manu. Benny on the Robote. Inaki cuts it off. Hilo scores. 0.1. One with 4 points, serving to the yellow shirts, post 6. Gosheri and Ben. Beautiful catch by Ben. Here's the backhand.
And it's not scouting. It is
There's the backhand by Manu.
or potential. It's got nothing to do with bringing competition for swimming and also answer Scott's American killing many birds in one stone.
Here's Manu from the 12 line to the inside. Backhand by Iñaki. Manu to the inside again. It's on the wall. Gosheri makes a save. Had the distance. Here's Inaki from the costado. Ben with the scoop. Beautifully played at the 12 line. Then now from the 12. Robote by Naki to the inside, picked up on the bounce by Gosheri. Sherry powerfully to the outside, caught the pad, point 1. 1 with 5 points, here's post 7. Pink shirts receive. Iturbide and Nicholas. There's a backhand by Nicholas. Nicholas again, backhand to the inside. Rotate forehand by Iturbide. Manu's there, backhand from the 11 line. Catch by Iturbide at the 8. Big backhand by Manu. Robote forehand by Iturbide. Robote. This one caught by Nicholas. Naki hangs in there, makes a beautiful forehand rebote. Nicholas makes a save. Inaki from the 7 line on the right side. Cortada scores. The one team has gone straight points to a possible game point with 6. Trying to stop them, the purple of post 8, Alex and Aratz.
It helps him out.
There's a backhand by Aratz. Inaki makes the save. Aratz on the catch, backhand. Blowing hard to the inside. Manu hangs in there to make the rebote. Caught by Alex. Drop shot by Alex. Both players are there. The outside placement will score for the win. Point and a perfect game with no other points on the board. For the red shirt of post 1. Red shirts post 1. Inaki and Manu. They win it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 playoff for 2nd and 3rd place. Rotate forehand by Golanaga. Manny on the catch. Douglas, powerful backhand. Scoop by Golanaga. Mid-wall placement, stopped. And a great catch by Julian. Golanaga back to the inside. Julian with the rebote, caught by Golanaga. Hard to the inside, that one scores. Point 3. 3 serves to post 4, the green shirts return. Arutia and Lalu. Here's a backhand by Lalu. Robote. Aruzia from the 7 line, powerfully on the backhand. Manny over the top. Difficult catch by Lalu. Backhand from the 12 line. Manny's there. Goanaga takes it in the air. Costado powerfully to the inside where it scores. Possible place point for post 3. Goanaga and Manny. Trying to stop them, Bueno and Benny. Robote, cut off by Bueno. Bueno to the inside. Manny read it, stops it. Backhand from the 7, wall to wall. Benny will take this on the bounce to 10 line. Right side, 2 pass. Powerful forehand by Bueno. Scoop by Benny. Low hard backhand caught in the air by Goanaga. Beautiful catch by Manny. Backhand from the 12. It passes. Robote forehand by Bueno. Benny calls for it, makes the catch. Cortada return. Stopped by Goanaga. Two all by Goanaga. Caught the pad, 0.5.
You were saying?
Yellow shirts at post 6. Go Sherry and Ben receive. Here's the backhand by Benny. Robote. Sherry, 2 all with a light touch. Bounces in and scores. Well done. 0.6. Post 7 receives. Iturbide and Nicholas. Robote by Go Sherry with a light touch. Nicholas enters. Backhand from the 7 line. Backhand by Gauchetti. Catch by Nicholas. Cortada by Gauchetti is stopped by Nicholas. Here's the backhand to the corner. Robote saved by Gauchetti to the back quarter. 2 all. Will score 0.7. 7 with 2 points. Here's post 8. Alex and Rotz. Iturbide from the 8 line. There's a backhand by Aratz. Nicholas is there. Backhand from the 11 line. Aratz again. Beautiful catch by Aratz off the wall at the 12. Robote, forehand. Beautiful catch again by Aratz. Rotate forehand by Alex. Alex again. Straight back. This one caught by Nicholas. Nicholas on the backhand from the 11 line. Scoop by Aratz deep in the backcourt. Iturbide midcourt, backhand from the 8 line. That backhand gets away, touch the overhead screen, 0.7. Possible place point for the 7 team. Iturbide and Nicholas trying to stop them. Douglas and Julian. Iturbide on the left side, powerful backhand. Robote forehand by Julian, caught. And there's a return. Julian again, backhand 2-wall. This one caught in the air by Iturbide. Catch by Douglas, backhand from the 7. Powerful backhand. Costado to the inside, will score, 0.2. 2 on the board, 2 points. Here's post 4. Arutia Lalu.
Bad judgment. Yeah, I've been listening to it for years. Someone goes to Daignon and
0.4. White shirts post 3 receiving. Lalu with the catch up high. Here's the backhand. Lalu up high. Good catch. Backhand from the 12 line. Manny's there from the 13 to the inside. Arutia, backhand. Konaga, Robote, cut off by Arutia, miss ball. Point and place to post 3-7 shows. Unofficial order of finish 1-3-7. Your price will be up in a moment. Results from Game 7 are official. Coming in first, post 1. Inaki and Manu, they had a perfect game, taking second, post 3. Goenaga and Manny coming in third, post 7. Ichibide and Nicholas. There goes the high five. 6, 3, 8, 5, 1, 5 of 5 numbers. 1 ticket returning $2,000. Congratulations. $2 Quinella 1-3, $24. Trifecta 1-3-7, $276.40. $2 wager on 1 to win, $8. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 8th and final game of the Pelota performance in advance of Battle Court at 5 p.m. when the Devils will take on the Cyclones. And don't forget also, Wednesday highlight tomorrow, the final Wednesday performance of the winter 2025 season is tomorrow. Have a couple more Monday and Tuesday performances, but tomorrow's the last Wednesday. But first, Game 8, spectacular 7 scoring. No scratches and post time. About 5 minutes. Good luck.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like,
they paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having the work, play Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man.
blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire.
This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father.
Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is gonna pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
Folks, that was a trailer for the award-winning documentary about the inaugural season of play right here at Magic City. That is called Magic City Hustle. Directed by Billy Corbin, the creator of Cocaine Cowboys, Screwball, The U, and much more. This film highlights the transition of these Magic City athletes and their respective careers in other sports right here to the highlight front time. You can watch Magic City Hustle directly from Google Play or iTunes, either rent or buy from either platform. If you buy it for just a few dollars more, you can enjoy it as many times as you like for life. And that will take us here about 2 minutes. Yeah, about 2 minutes from the start of game number 8. Devils and Cyclones playing tonight in Battle Court. So, right now the Cyclones are in 6th place out of 6 teams, but still within reach of the playoffs. They have 4 total points this year. The Chargers in the 4th and final playoff spot, they have 6 points. 1 point for a game day win this year. The Cyclones have 3 left, so they could overtake 4th place. They could get as high as 3rd place, but they're going to need some help. And they could help themselves out tonight with a win. We're going to get started with Division II doubles. Again, Jairo remains out for the Devils. So listen up for a few scratches. Beginning in this first game, it'll be Ferronda and Benny against Ikeda and Manu. Ferronda subbing for Jairo. Then match 2, Division 5 singles, Kubala against Bueno. Then Division 2 singles, Benny against Inaki. Then we'll have 3 doubles matches in a row to close out the game day. First, Division 4, Nicholas and Kubala take on Bueno and Amigarena. Then Division 5, Ferronda and CRB go up against Ikeda and Rock. And then the finale, Carballo and Nicholas go up against the top team in Division 1 doubles, Inaki and Manu. And Carballo subbing for Jairo in that final match. So join us for the Devils and Cyclones tonight, beginning at 5 p.m. So...
Did I miss anything in my absence?
No, I was just looking here. So with... let's see. With a win tonight, the Devils would secure their spot in the playoffs. They would clinch a playoff berth.
The berth? Is that like on a boat?
B-E-R-T-H.
Ah.
Yeah, no I.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Time, let's begin.
We'll get you some more of that information when we begin Battle Court. We got Game 8 starting now.
It is time to begin our 8th and final game of the Pelota performance in advance of Battle Court at 5 p.m. This is a spectacular 7 singles match, played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Up first and serving, the red shirt of post 1, Arats, receiving in the blue of post 2, Alex. Arats serves, we begin. Here's a backhand by Arats. Powerfully thrown, a little too hard. That hit the overhead screen. Point 2. Alex first up on the board in our 8th game. That'll bring to the court. White shirt of post 3, Iñaki. That shot will score for Alex. Point 2. Green shirt of post 4. Gaucheri receives. Robote by Gaucheri. It's a 2-all. Alex follows it, stops it. Powerful throw will score on the return. Well played. Point 2. Two with 3 points. Here's post 5. The black shirt receives. Arutia. All by Alex, opens and scores. Point 2. 4 points for the 2 post. Yellow shirt of post 6. Nicholas receives. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Rebote by Alex, stays inside. Nicholas forehand rotate up the middle. Alex makes the catch. Karam opens and scores. Point 2. 2 with 5 points. Here's post 7, the pink shirt, Manu. Powerful backhand by Alex. Rebote 2-all. Alex reads it, stops it, turns this hard to score. Point 2. 6 points, possible game point 4. The blue post 2, Alex trying to stop him. Purple post 8, Douglas. Robote forehand will score. Point and a perfect game for the blue post 2, Alex. 2 wins it. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 playing off for second and third place. 1 first serves to 3.
Yeah.
Robote forehand. Inyaki's there. Point 1. Green shirt to post 4 goes Sherry receives. Robote forehand with the light touch. Tejada Robote from the forehand and the fall down and everything. It scores. 1-1. Possible plays point for Rats. Arutia receives. Ball tipped, point 5. Yellow shirt at post 6. Here's Nicholas. Robote forehand by Arutia. Scoop by Arutia. Here's the backhand. Nicholas, outside placement, scores. Point 6. Six with 2 points, serving to post 7. Manu. Robote forehand to the inside. Point 6. Possible place point for Nicholas. Trying to stop him, Douglas. Here's a backhand by Douglas, low and hard. Nicholas, clean miss, front ways. Saved the Robote. Douglas, coasting to the inside. What a catch by Nicholas. Catch by Douglas. Backhand. Douglas on the Robote to the inside. Here's the backhand. Point 8. 8 with 2 points. Here's post 3. Iñaki. David Ridgway, I believe earlier you've tuned in or turned us on earlier in the performance. Feature games tend to be better than the earlier games. Games really beginning game 4, but games 5 through 8, pretty solid. Every day. Inaki, little clip, it scores. Sherry on the catch. Here's the backhand. Hard to the inside. Inaki's there. Robote, forehand. That's up in the overhead screen, point 3. Place point. 3 has 4, 1 has 4. Here's the backhand by Rotz. Robote at the side wall. Scoop by Rotz. Good control. And the backhand. Rotz up high. Cannot hold on. 3 places, 6 serves to 1. This is a playoff 4 show. Sidearm carom scores. One shows. Unofficial order of finish, 2-3-1. Your price will be up in a moment. Results from Game 8 are official. Coming in first, post 2, Alex. He had a perfect game. Taking second, post 3. Iñaki coming in third, post 1. Aratz. $2 Quinella, 2-3, $44. The trifecta 2-3-1, $323.20. $2 wager on 2 to win, $18.80. Our late pick 3, 5-1-2, 3 of 3 numbers, returning $193.40. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Tuesday afternoon performance of Live Highline in the Magic City on the Highlight Channel. We are glad that you chose to join us today and invite you to join us at 5 p.m. for Battle Court when the Devils will take on the Cyclones. Then we're back tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Have a good day, everyone.